What's going on, everyone? 995 Phil here.
What's up, guys? REO here, and in this video we're going to be showing you guys the differences between UMK3 and N64 version of Mortal Kombat Trilogy. So getting into UMK3, there's a tactic known as block jabbing, which is basically you're jabbing and holding block at the same time, and this allows you to simultaneously block anything while initiating offense. Now, the reason this is so good is when you have something this overpowered, when you have a normal just that is that good, and then you look at all the other normals in the game. You got things like, standing high kicks, standing low kicks. They have pretty good whiff recovery. They don't do much on hit. In general, you wouldn't really try to use footsies with it because it'll do more harm than good.
Right, they can be countered.
Yeah, and then you have things like sweep, and I'm going to hit you with the sweep, hold back, drop back. Yeah, when I sweep you with this, you can pretty much move immediately. So, I mean, sweeps don't really grant anything on hit. They're also slow, and in general, they're just alright. Then you have things like crouching attacks. You have the crouching low punch, which is alright on block. It's barely even used. You have the crouching low punch on hit, which again pushes them back to really do anything. You can't really get any offense off that because they can move before that. You have the crouching high kick, which is essentially useless. Takes a million years to start up. It's almost like a log decided to move over, and that's the attack. It takes forever, so yeah, that move is basically useless. The best crouching attack is the crouching low kick. This is advantage of block. You could do something like crouching low kick, and your opponent has to respect that. On hit, they're like almost neutral. Your opponent can like mash back, and you guys will either trade or you will win most of the time. Getting into things like, the reason it's so good when you look at all the other normals that aren't that great are because, let's say you're playing against a very good block jabber and they're performing something like this. You're not going to be in there point blank doing your crouching low kick. You're going to be like spaced from the jab distance. And now try jabbing me and then running up to me and trying to do offense. Do it again. There's not much you can do because we almost move essentially at the same time from that range. It's almost like neutral. There's nothing guaranteed, So I'm jabbing, you're jabbing. The game becomes like this all-out slugfest of who can initiate the jab first, who can maintain the jab pressure, and who can overwhelm their opponent with the jabs first.
Right, it's the overpowering tactic at the highest level of play. So your older school players who are proficient at it, but are more proficient at the footsie game and the spacing game, the jab pressure becomes overwhelming to them, and the game becomes all about jabbing and counter jabbing.
Yes. Now, when we switch over to Trilogy, I'm going to show you guys pretty much all the normals we just covered in UMK3, and I'm going to show you the jabs, the block jabs, and all that. And block jabs do exist in Trilogy. However, there's a main difference in Trilogy when you do. Well, first I'm going to show you guys that they're still in the game. So, for example, right now I'm doing block jabs. You see, as you can see, they do exist in the game. Now, in this game, the big difference is, first of all, just looking at the high kicks and standing low kicks, they are considerably faster than UMK3, to the point where they don't have much whiff recovery, and they're very quick. So you can pretty much play footsies with these. These are pretty quick. Like, let's say you...
Right, they're not really punishable.
Yeah, well,
they
are
but
punishable
not
by
terribly.
few, but no, in general, not really. So let's say my opponent's doing something like a sweep. You can do something like whiff punish with these moves because of how quick they are. So in general, they're pretty good. The high kick and low kicks are way buffed up from UMK3. Getting into moves like the crouching attacks, this is where the game pretty much changes. So I'm going to do the same jab tactic that I did in UMK3 against Phil in this game, and we're going to see what happens. So that was me trying to move after a crouching low kick, and I literally got hit in the face because I could not move. And that was him using a crouching low punch this time. The crouching attacks in this game are miles and miles ahead of them in UMK3. The advantage is, I'm just going to throw a random number, they're like plus 20. They're that much.
Right, it's an arbitrary number, but it is a major advantage.
If you block or get hit by a crouching attack, you cannot move. Like, for example, I'm going to hit you with a crouching low kick. You try and move or do an attack. Whoops, I jumped. You pretty much can't move at all. Hold on, let me just wait for my run meter to come back. This one. See? They're pretty much guaranteed. That changes the game dynamically because When you put that into play, you're playing against an opponent who's trying to revolve around this tactic. Do the crouching attack. They're forced to block, and then you initiate offense, so everything flips over.
Right, you have to respect it.
Yeah, and now...
And knowing that you have to respect doing the jabs yourself because they can counter it the same way.
Yeah, now it's more like you don't want to be a rock. Like, you don't want to be a closing wall that does nothing but jab in. You want to be more mobile and respect your opponent's option to crouch, to do a crouching attack. Because once they do that, like I said earlier, the tables turn, and then you're the one on defense. They get guaranteed offense. Now, getting into the sweeps, the next set of normals, the sweeps in this game they are beefed up to the max. Because in this game, all right, I want you to hold jump back when I hit you with a sweep, and I'm going to hold up. You can clearly see I have way more advantage than my opponent does before he's able to move. Now I'm going to do a sweep, try to hold up, and I'm going to do another sweep. This is what we call the sweep check. Your opponent cannot move. They have to block the next sweep. Once they block the next sweep, once you establish that you can't move once you get hit by a sweep, you have to block the next sweep. When my opponent starts getting hit by sweep, I'm able to do things like come in and get guaranteed pressure. Because if they don't do that, if I hit them with a sweep and then they try to jump back when I hit you with a sweep? Oh, the round happened to end on there. But anyway, I'm going to replay that real quick. Okay, I'm going to hit my opponent with a sweep, and I'm going to run into a combo. He's going to try and jump back. You can't jump back. You have to respect that. So when you compare the sweeps to UMK3, where in UMK3, if you get hit by a sweep, it's whatever.
Much bigger threat in Trilogy.
Yeah, in UMK3...
64 Trilogy.
Yeah, in UMK3, you get hit by a sweep. There's nothing guaranteed. In Trilogy, you get hit by a sweep. You have to respect your opponent. They get offense, and it's more dangerous in the footsie game. All right, now that we covered sweeps, Phil already demonstrated that crouching low punches also give block this. Crouching low punches also give enough advantage to have guaranteed pressure. The crouching high kicks also, these were useless in Ultimate, my bad. They actually also give enough advantage for a string in this game. And the cool thing about this is if my opponent were to jump at me, again, I can use this as an anti-air and combo after that. So you can combo off that. And other characters, like characters have a lot of specific stuff. Like I know Scorpion can do his crouching high kick anti-air, then do a spear. Ermac can do something like crouching high kick anti-air, then lift. Kung Lao can do crouching high kick spin. Pretty much all characters have their unique ways in using the crouching high kick. Some characters' crouching high kicks aren't that good, like characters like Cabal, Baraka, because they just have a weird arc to it. So every character has different normals in their moves. It all pretty much plays a role on every character.
It's just so many more options because of the speed.
Like example, Baraka has a lot more range on his crouching low punch than crouching low kick, so he's gonna be using that more.
Right, it could begin to generate matchups based on characters.
Like Shiva will use crouching low kick and stuff. Now, getting into a few other characters, we just want to demonstrate the standing high kicks and low kicks more. So I'm gonna choose Johnny Cage to Shiva. You just choose someone like Shiva and Sonya and someone else. So I'll choose Shiva and Johnny Cage. Just to show that in this game, normals are also different from characters. Like we showed you guys that the standing high kicks and standing low kicks are faster in this game in general. But when you look at other characters like Shiva, they're way faster. Like Shiva, for example, has she has the least amount of recovery out of every character in the game. So she can pretty much machine gun these. And if you're playing a character like Sonya, it's really hard to get in on a Shiva. That's very good with using the footsies. Now, kill me real quick because I want to show the next character has really good high kicks. Johnny Cage has his high kick and standing low kicks. They have the longest range in the game, so he can literally chip you from very, 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 very far. And this is also very hard for Sonya to get in on. She has to take risks, like do things like leg grabs, and if that's blocked, she's dead. So yeah, we want to show you guys that it's not only unique in crouching attacks, but also in standing attacks. Now we're gonna play a game in.
Right, we're gonna do a 2v2 in Trilogy.
Yeah,
I mean in
Ultimate, and then
Ultimate.
we're gonna do a 2v2 in Trilogy. So.
Right, and we'll do Katana versus Scorpion.
All right, so we're gonna switch back over to Ultimate, and we're gonna do a 2v2. And then we're going to do a 2v2 in Trilogy, and you guys are going to notice that the game plays
it
completely
plays
different.
very differently.
Yeah, it plays
Essentially,
very different.
REO is going to steamroll me with block jabs, and I'm not proficient in them. I'm not great at them. I'm more of a I'm more of a footsie player, and it just doesn't help me in this game because at the highest level the block jabs they are the best tactic. Just watch.
All right, so here we go. You can see he hit me with a crouching low kick, but I don't care because there's barely any frame advantage on it. It's like neutral on hit, so I really don't care. I'm just trying to out-grab him with that.
Well done. Well done. Summer wins.
So just by jabbing at me, he was able to overpower me.
Pretty much, if you see your opponent crouching in this game, there's no reason not to advance forward them while machine gunning jab because the frame advantage on the all crouching attacks and everything is very poor. So again, there's no reason to care. You could try sweeping, but again, sweeps are really minus on block. I'll still get in no matter what.
Well done.
Nice entry. And I don't really have a reason to jump in this game because I don't have to jump. I can just play on the ground. It's a very good jab game. There's not much scripting to do about that. And that was me blocking a sweep and then having enough advantage to move forward.
Right, I wasn't able to get back and counter that.
Yeah. So now we're gonna move to.
Right, we're gonna move
Trilogy.
to Trilogy, where I have a lot more options available to me. Because
Yeah, well, the game's so much different that, first of all, you have to pay attention to moves like crouching attacks. If they're block or they hit you, you can't mash your way out of that. You have to respect your opponent in that regard. And also things like sweep. If you get hit by sweep, you can't just hold up or not care or mash back. You have to respect sweeps on hit.
right, exactly.
So we're going to play a 2-on-2 match in Trilogy using the same characters that we used in Ultimate. I was Katana, and he was Scorpion. And let's see if you guys notice anything.
Round one. Fight.
See, that was me having to respect his sweep on hit. If I tried to move an ultimate, I probably could have gotten away from his pressure. That was me using anti-air, crouching high kicks. Can't do that in an ultimate because the moves are way too slow and bad in general.
And that was me just being terrible.
Yeah, you're playing way too risky. But again, this game is different. It forces you to make reads like that because you can't really rely on jabbing. Oh wow, nice. I didn't know Scorpion could do that. And you see, the game is not just about jabs. You have a lot of crouching attacks, into a lot of string, into a lot of Oki and mind game setups.
Right, and a lot of sweeping involved, trying to get your opponent.
A lot of sweep post game, setups.
Exactly, and a lot of having to respect your opponent and what they're gonna do next.
when it comes down to it, it's pretty much a completely different game. There's no comparison.
Right. The base engine might be the same, but the games play completely differently because of the frame data, because of the beefed up normals, except for the jabs.
And keep in mind, we're pretty bad at Trilogy. Like, we're not even playing the game that great. We just started playing about a month ago. In a few months from now, the game will look a lot better than how we play now.
Right. Don't use us as a way to gauge.
Don't use us as to state, oh, this is the absolute highest level.
Right. It's
Trilogy.
not.
There's so much room for improvement.
Right. Our inspiration, obviously, are the guys in South America who play this game nonstop and as competitively as possible.
They play the game. It's insane how different they look.
Right. So, anyway, those are the main differences between the base engines of UMK3 and the N64 version of Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I want to say thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, make sure you hit subscribe, and also make sure that you comment and let us know what you like about it, and anything else you'd like to see. Also, don't forget you can follow me at 995phil on Twitter, and every Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can watch a Mortal Kombat Trilogy stream on twitch.tv/995phil. It'll be with me, REO, sometimes in Super Bowl. We're going to try to get some players here like Shock when we can, and whatnot. We'll have a lot of people here as often as we can. So, and you can follow REO too.
At MK_REO. Follow me if you guys want to.
Excellent. So we appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for taking the time, and we will talk to you soon and see you on the stream. Have a good one.